A mother bought her toddler this princess wand at the dollar store behind me. Imagine her surprise when the curious little girl peeled back the foil to find this image of a girl cutting herself inside. The packaging promises fairies and, quote, wonderful music, but I doubt many people would call this music.
Do you want to hear something scary? When Nicole Allen bought a gift for her 2-year-old daughter the week after Halloween at a dollar store in Ohio in 2014, there was a little indication that Allen should have inspected the item before letting her child play with it. The toy was a princess wand topped with flower petals, with a cardboard package that featured a smiling female heroine and suggested that it was suitable for ages 3 and up. The back of the package promised buyers that the toy can send out wonderful music. It appeared to be a little bit more than a cheap trinket, the kind customers passing through a discount store might glimpse and toss that item into the cart without much thought. It wasn't until Allen got home that she found out why.
I'm outraged over it. I want to know how they think that is suitable for a child.
Nicole Allen said she found the wand for her 2-year-old daughter in the toy section of the $1 store on Linden Avenue last weekend.
There was Barbie dolls on one side and baby dolls on the other side, and these were right in the middle of where they were at.
The owner of the store told me parents need to pay.
Before I tell you guys the whole story, I'm going to tell you guys to subscribe and follow for more scary content because this is my official first video on this channel. So, yeah. Instead of playing beautiful music, pushing a button on the wand handle activated a maniacal laugh. I'm stuttering today. Okay, anyways. One made all the more disturbing by the product's cheap, tiny speaker. Pressing the buttons also made the toy's flower top light up, illuminating a piece of foil that was made transparent to reveal a horrifying image of a woman with pupilless eyes miming the act of slitting her wrists. I mean, like, imagine if you're a child, right, and you're just drop dead curious. So what you do is you open it, because I remember when I was a child, I was very curious. So I would like open up the thing. Because, well, kids are curious, they're really curious at an age. They came freshly out of the womb, so yeah. Anyways, the image would be alarming regardless of context. Stuck in a child's toy and coupled with a light and sound show, it seemed like a cruel prank. Allen's subsequent complaint made local news before going viral. Nearly a full decade later, the questions remain. Who made it? Was this macabre toy an accident of negligent bootleg manufacturing, or was it something more sinister? And why did an amateur sleuth, close to uncovering its origin, suddenly disappear from view? For years, discount retailers have stocked inventory shelves with goods manufactured in China. The country's notoriously economical labor costs can undercut most other wholesale suppliers, particularly when low prices are paramount. I'm just like looking at the image right here. It's actually really freaky. Anyways, that tidal wave of product has a key and chaotic consequence: a lack of quality control. It's virtually impossible for US custom officials to inspect containers and single out counterfeit goods or items that infringe on companies' intellectual property, leading to a significant problem with knockoff merchandise. In 2008, MGA, maker of the successful LOL Surprise doll, filed a suit against distributors of lookalike toys that were being sold for a lower price. It's an uphill battle with a Byzantine supply system, locating companies and pursuing legal remedies across countries and continents. And it's also a very costly and frustrating process. While MGA successfully helped more than 80 dealers responsible for the fake dolls, dozens more continued to proliferate. Complex artery of distribution that presumably allowed Dayton Dollar Store owner Amar Mustafa to purchase a supply of princess wands dubbed evil sticks in 2012. The princess appearing on the package was a character named Sakura Kinomoto, star of the late 90s animated series Cardcaptor Sakura and a popular manga protagonist in Japan. Which is like so convenient because if you actually watched Cardcaptor Sakura, it's like this very cutesy anime. And I've watched it before and I loved it. I loved the show. In a nod to Pokemon, 4th grader Sakura has to retrieve a series of magical cards she accidentally unleashed on the world. While she didn't wield a wand on the show, the package illustration had been altered so that she was holding one like it. Speaking to news outlet in Dayton, Mustafa said that he had been at a retailer's convention when he made the deal for an inventory and that he didn't recall who sold him the wands. They apparently remained in the store unnoticed until 2014, when Nicole Allen contacted this site, because I don't know how to say it, to report her daughter had been troubled by the image hidden behind the foil wrap. For his part, Mustafa pointed out that the name on it was Evilstick and that should have been a tip-off. Allen argued that the toy was placed on a rack adjacent to Barbie knockoffs and other kids' items. Peeling away the foil that obscured the disturbing image of the bloodied woman to buyers, he found that not all of them featured the grisly photo. There was one zombie-type monster, but most of them were straight cutout of pictures from manga or anime, pretty cartoony or not scary at all. It was an intriguing discovery. The evil stick seemed to consist of an assortment of images with the troubling photo placed at random. Whether or not your stick featured a nightmare-worthy photo seemed as though it was the luck of the draw. Clark eventually found one bearing the notorious photo. He bought it and went home and he made an 11-second YouTube video of it showing the toy's light-up feature and the cackling laugh. It was then the next morning Clark's snippet had 100,000 views. That led to a longer video review of the evil stick that garnered 1.3 million visits. Up until that point, the handful of other YouTube videos Clark had made just a few thousand hit each. But with his introduction to the evil stick, the internet had found a new obsession. Clark's comment section about the evil stick, there were so many theories about the toy's origin. They determined the image of the woman taking a knife to wrist could be a trace to a horror photographer named Butcher Ludwig, who posted the image on his website and on Facebook years prior, taken in 2002. It was part of his Macabre Muses series, which depicted a vampire ready to feast on her own blood for sustenance. Ludwig did not give permission for his photo to appear on the toy. When he notified of its existence, he says he was shocked someone had massacred his photo. Someone had taken his original image and given the model a pair of demonic eyes, though it's protected by copyright. It's almost certain someone involved in the toy's production saw his image online and downloaded it without his consent. But who? Clark and his commenters tried searching to see if the barcode, the only reveal identified mark on the evil stick package, led anywhere. It did. He said he tracked it down to a factory in China, and connected them through Alibaba, and they said yes, they made it. And he wanted to see if he could talk to someone that was actually involved. In 2015, Clark posted on his YouTube page that he appeared close to solving the mystery. People waited, and he suddenly went quiet and did not post another video again until 2020. There was a speculation that turned into a possibility of the evil stick being a cursed object, and one that had punished Clark for his curiosity. His last message, which mentioned that he had things nearly figured out, resembled the words of someone who had flown too close to powers he couldn't understand. The reality was a little bit more mundane. There were many theories and speculations of Clark that he had been killed by the curse of the evil stick, and that's why he had never made a video ever again. But he said that he found that hilarious and it made him not want to do anything more. The Chinese factory, Clark doesn't really recall the name, stopped responding to his emails, asking for clarification, and the trail went cold. The alternative speculations was that it wasn't actually a knockoff item at all, but it was a deliberate act of product tampering, like the poison candy legend of years past. It was conceivable that someone planted a gory image in a child's toy to be a nuisance or maybe to spin a new urban legend. After all, Alan and Clark were the only two documented people to have purchased the spookiest variant of the evil stick. But that doesn't explain Justin Sevakis. The commercial home video producer had actually uncovered an evil stick back in 2008, 6 years before the Dayton discovery. Sevakis was living in New York City at the time and came across the toy while shopping with a friend. Highly familiar with the anime industry, his company, Media OCD, compiles a Japanese language series for US releases. He recognized Cardcaptor Sakura on the packaging immediately. He states that it's a very well-known property, like it's an American dub of the cartoon called Cardcaptors that aired on Fox Kids. To Sevakis, there was nothing exceptionally wrong with the evil stick. It was yet another consequence of bootleg manufacturing and a lack of attention to detail. He says that the Dollar Tree are drenched in anime stuff. He says Sailor Moon Gundam, while the gory photo was unusual, a cobbled together knockoff was part and parcel of the counterfeit trade. Sevakis' earlier excavation of the evil stick means aftermarket tampering is unlikely. The fact that so few people have come across the wand with Ludwig's image means it probably appeared in just a small selection of the stock. Yet someone still went through the trouble of altering Ludwig's photo to be even more upsetting. And while Mustafa was correct in that it was transparently named an evil stick, nothing else about the toy or its material communicated it was a horror-themed novelty. It seemed calculated to disarm parents or children until it was taken home. In order for the sound and light to work, a tab protecting the battery had to be pulled first, a task most people wouldn't bother with until it was purchased. The story of the toy with a demonic picture on it is just baffling to me because it's something that you've never heard before, and it also could be a tactic of the company just trying to make an urban legend to make the product booming again, you know what I mean? So yeah, like, it's just very baffling to me that a toy that is so innocent could be linked to something very demonic and scary. I mean, think about it. Would you buy this for the purpose of exploring and discovering something scary about it? Or would you just not touch on it ever again? Because I know that I would not fuck with it. But also at the same time, curious can bite your ass a little bit. And that's completely fine. So yeah, that's it folks. That's it for my first ever video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. And if you do, please do subscribe and follow for more content. And do follow all of my social media. Will be linked down in the description below. So yeah, stay scary my friends.